There are some songs you just don't interrupt. In fact, you don't have to interrupt songs on radio, but there are times when you have to. We want to start the discussion. I wanted to start with this song. Of course, it reflects Dominica, who we are as a people. It's a Dominica song as well. A song performed by the Gaylords Power Union. We're going to talk Reunion 2025. That's for the Casabros Reunion Committee and the people of Casabros, the hamlets there, the surrounding communities as well. So we decided to start this way. Reunion celebrations from the 10th to the 17th of August. Stay tuned.
We all sing inviting you. Beni apeñu la vida mendigo under the waters you'll find the rivers flow everywhere you go. Lovely Dominica, land where the people smile. Won't you come and stay a while in beautiful Dominica? Simrez, you get the best of each year. No other man to compare with this one. Gay palms, see how they stay in the breeze, and lovely flowers and trees smile in the sun. Young girls all getting dressed. Mom and Pop and Sunday best. We all sing inviting you. Beni apeñu.
Gaylords Power Union and Jacinta Bannis. We're going to talk Casabros Reunion 2025, Family and Friends Reunion, a showcase, really. That's what the people are organizing. That's what the committee is organizing. And yes, we should have fun. We have a few guests on with us, and I'm happy. We had Jacinta only, and look at what has happened now. So we're just ensuring that things are in order as we get set to start off this discussion and welcome the folks of Casabros as they organize this activity this weekend. A lot happening this weekend, but we know the importance of village reunions, community reunions as well.
Land of the waters, you'll find the rivers flow everywhere you go. Lovely Dominica, land where the people smile.
So we have to wait a little while again to start off. Just rearrange things a bit and make it work.
In beautiful Dominica, Simrez, you get the best of compare with this warm. Hey, palms, see how they sway in the breeze, and lovely flowers and trees smile in the sun. Young girls all gaily dressed, Mom and Papa fights on the best. We all sing inviting you. Penny up in you.
All right, Breaker Bannis should be here next week to perform as well. Next weekend, one of the activities on the calendar of events for the Castle Bruce Reunion, Family and Friends Reunion 2025. It's not the first time that they're doing this, so we're going to find out more about, what's in store for this year's reunion. I'll go now to Studio 2. I have 2 ladies and 1 gentleman with us. And I want to start with the ladies first, but it's a pleasure to really welcome all of them. Let me go to Studio 2 and welcome our guests now. Good morning to you, Jacinta Bannis. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Although I have a right injury, but I'm doing okay.
Okay, well, it's nice to have you on.
Thanks very much.
Okay. Hi, Miss John Finn.
Oh, good morning. Bonjour.
No stranger, of course.
No stranger, long time.
Yes. It's a pleasure to have you on as well.
Of course.
And tell us your name. Tell us who you are, obviously.
Oh, no, I say Marianne John Finn, the real estate lady still. And I'm happy to be here with my Castle Bruce people. I think one of Dominica's most beautiful set of people. And we are a special breed, I must say.
All right, a special breed, of course. Yes. A lot of talent in that part of the island. A lot is happening, agriculture, togetherness, and, sometimes things change, but we have to be always willing.
There's always a remnant.
To get the solution to the problems that confront us and, unite our forces and make things happen for us. Okay, so welcome. Mr. Jefferson Drago, how are you?
Hello, good morning.
It's a pleasure to see you on again.
The pleasure is mine.
You may realize that the color of your shirt has changed.
Yes.
And that's because of the green screen, but that's okay. Yes. That's okay. Oh, okay. Yes, that's because of the green screen, yes. So anytime you wear green or yellow, it will change your actual color. But it's all right, it's all good. So we welcome you to this discussion on the Castle Bruce Reunion. How are things going on, though, by the way? Because it starts this weekend on when? Saturday? No, Sunday. Officially on Sunday. Tell us what is happening.
Well, things are falling in place nicely. Our stage will be set up today. The barriers will be set up today. The tents, some of the tents have been set up since yesterday. And the people are converging on Castle Bruce from near and far. So we are looking forward to a great weekend, the first great weekend in the Castle Bruce Family and Friends Reunion, as we unveil the plans and we'll let you know what will be happening this weekend onwards.
Okay, all right. So, yes, it's a good way to start to get a feel of what's happening in the community. But it would be remiss of me not to officially introduce Jacinta Bannis. Jacinta, of course, has served well in Dominica for many years. You were the director of the National Drug Abuse Prevention Unit. I remember you were a senator as well.
Yes,
and so many other
teacher
things.
for 13 years in Castle Bruce. Yes. I taught school there.
How are you doing these days, Jacinta?
I am enjoying my retirement. I think that's what my focus is, and to stay in good health.
That's
and
good.
Be a mentor to those who want to be mentored.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing. Basically.
All right. So let us get a feel of your involvement in all of this. It's not the first time, as I said, but give us your take on what is happening this year.
It's not my first time. I think we coordinated the first Castle Bruce Family and Friends Reunion. I also coordinated the second one, but I've been in Houston for the last 7 years, and my heart is always in Castle Bruce. So we decided we were supposed to have this reunion in 2018, but because of the hurricane, it was not possible. But we kept, talking about it, and finally we came to the realization that we need to have it for continuity. So I've been very much involved from day one, from where I was very much involved. So I'm back on island and still, running around trying to get things together. I think we're getting it there. So I'm looking forward for a very prosperous and successful event. We always say Castle Bruce is the mother of all reunions. So I just want to send an appeal, to the persons who are still on the, the outside, to come in and, assist where possible. My run in the community, I have seen people are coming in. I've seen people coming in from the other Caribbean islands, other parts of the US. So people are coming in, and I think this weekend we'll have a big conversion of Castle Brucians who are coming in for the reunion. So I'm looking forward to that.
Is it difficult though to have a registry or an idea of how many people are coming in when it comes to events
we
like
put
this?
out a registry, but you know our people. They are coming in, but they're not registering on the registry.
Oh, okay.
So, but we know they are coming. And people will call and tell you so and so coming. I'm walking through tongue at them. So and so coming. So and so coming. So people are coming in, but people are not. It's like Dominicans. We hate to buy ticket in advance. We wait for the day. The line is as long as from here to wherever.
Yeah.
But we're waiting for the day.
Last minute
to do stuff. But people are coming in, and that's convincing.
Okay, that's good. So you have returnees already in the community.
Yes, in the village.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's nice. Mary and John Finn, of course, we know the importance of community reunions or village reunions. In Dominica. Crucial really for several reasons. Help us understand from your standpoint what this means, not just for Castle Bruce but for Dominica by extension.
First of all, it brings the spirit of the people together. It's nice to reconnect with each other and to reminisce. It's always nice when you can reminisce with each other, our past times of the goodness we had in our communities growing up. Secondly, the economic activity that it brings. Now, you're looking at rentals. I'm into real estate, so you're looking at persons looking at renting their place, their space, renting a vehicle. You're talking about restaurants or snack bars. You're talking about person wanting somebody to cut their yard, somebody wanting to just do things, buying produce from the farmers or the fishermen. So it has a snowball effect when persons are coming in. Because real estate is the movement of people in any community. That's where it brings value to it. So that brings on the economic activities, that in every community, and bring a little bit of it brings life. It brings life into the community. So it really reunion really is multifaceted in terms of the cultural aspects, the socio-economic activity that it brings, and it just makes people love each other again. And that's what we expect, and we look forward for this reunion. I've not been in the past. I was away, and I'm privileged that this time I'm getting the experience of it, so that to see what it makes and what it does for us as a people. It's like when you meet someone that of your past, it brings a joy to your heart that it reawakens something in you, that you want to live again, you want to give, you want to contribute, you want to be a blessing, you want to support. And that's what this reunion is all about. And also time also to say, hey, let's put the past behind and let's forge forward. Ask each other for forgiveness. I'm big on repenting, with each other, so that we can move forward. So that's what I all expect. That is the what it would bring, other than just the lineup. But there are other aspects to it also.
We will look at the lineup. We will look at the calendar of activities. But I wanted to find out though, and any one of you can answer this. How do you focus on bridging that gap between the young people and the elderly, or the more mature people in the community? Of course, as we talk reunion, what is the focus there to bring the young people, in tandem with what the organizers, the older folks are doing?
Well, one of the things I know for a fact, once you engage our young people, they will respond. especially when when you engage them in a respectable way. Young people are wonderful people if you know how to deal with them, and they are brutal with their truth. And so once the organization or any community engage their youth, involve them in what you're doing, they will be on board. Yeah, Jess?
I think our young people, they need to know about the past because yesterday I was talking to a guy and he said, "Just Nuteni Bontanwi, we had good times, you know." And but sometimes, you know, you work for the community and you don't even see the children. They're inside on their, how do you call it, on their tablets
device,
or whatever.
device, yeah.
You know, we need to get them outside to play because we had the tops, we had the sec, we had the rounders, we had the skipping rope, we had all of this. It may be old-fashioned to them, you know, but it was something that brought us together. It brought families together. One person on the side of the street, the other person, but they came together as community. And that is what we want to see happen again, and to have conversation. People are not talking to each other. We need more conversation, and I hope the reunion, because for the symposium, even if we have the symposium on Monday, we want to have more conversation about those issues, the issue of climate change, the issue of agriculture, the issue of water, because I came home and there was no water for the last a week. But thank God, I say thank God to the Wasco. They came yesterday and I had a bath and I did not even want to leave the bathroom. I spent hours just, I know my bill will be high, but it was a godsend. So we need more conversation between the elderly people and the young people so we can bridge that gap, because the culture is just something that we like, but we cannot let the culture die. The culture will die if the young people are not engaged in the process. So I hope through the reunion we want to continue the conversation. It doesn't just stop after August the 17th. We want it to continue. You know, Marian is a cultural icon. We would like, you know, the conversation to continue, and because Damas is no longer here, so who's going to take it up? So we want young people to get involved, get the consciousness, and that's what I'm saying. In the 70s, there was a consciousness. We had, you know, we had conversation, whether it was political, whether it was religious, but people were speaking. But I want to see people begin to speak to each other again at that level, so that we can build communities. Communities are dying. I don't know if people realize that. Communities are dying, but how do we do that? Yes, we need to bridge the gap. We need to bring the young people back on. So young people out there, we want you to come out and support the reunion. And even after the reunion, the conversation has to continue, because Castle Bruce was like a light in the east. When I talk to people from Sansova, they will say, you know, it's like for them going to Castle Bruce was going to Roseau, because they were so excited to come, because things were happening in Castle Bruce. We saw Castle Bruce, the land of cooperatives. We had maybe 6 or 7 cooperatives. We had this big store, Pappy's store. We had Mr. Ostrey's store. We had so many, you know, business places. Agriculture, Castle was a bread basket. Hawksters would be coming to buy food in Castle Bruce. Today, some of us have to come to Rosa in the market to buy a hand of plantain. You understand? So we want the agriculture. There's a session. We have a discussion on agriculture. So we want to focus, because we have all the land. I mean, look at the stretch. That could be a bread basket. It's just lying idle there. Most of the landowners are overseas, and they're not renting the land. They're not giving out the land. But I'm talking to somebody, Mr. Billy Sanderson, who will be on the agricultural panel. He has a very good idea. He can manage the land for the farmers.
Okay,
yes, and create employment.
So what we will do when we continue, we'll itemize each activity. We'll go, you know, through each activity.
Yes, so
we'll look at the. But that's interesting. That's interesting. And when you look at community building, you know, as one of the key objectives of an activity like that, you understand, because it fosters a sense of community among, you know, individuals who share common heritage, you know, and it creates an inclusive environment also for meaningful exchanges, and even personal stories as well. But Jefferson Drago, what for you is the highlight? Of course, you are involved in planning, but what are you really looking forward to? Is it everything, or the camaraderie? And just give us a sense of what you two are looking forward to.
Besides everything else and the camaraderie, I'm looking forward to the symposium, right? The youth symposium, where we can meet the youth at their level and try to understand them.
I'm not getting you loudly, loud and clear enough.
Okay.
I don't know if you'd have to speak.
I see where we can
Okay,
meet.
yes,
where
go
we
ahead.
can meet the youth at their level. We have to understand the young people. Remember, they're going for a lot, challenges and so on. So we want to get to their level, and by the reunion, I'm hoping that we can create some form of investment to create some employment. Example is this Afi has this coffee business going on.
Cocoa.
The cocoa business.
Chocolate.
Hopefully that can be expanded for corporate diaspora to assist him. He is looking for an investment of $10,000 to invest in his business. So we are hoping that somebody can partner with him to get his idea forward and to get the business moving. But generally, the reunion will bring people together. That's important. And we'll build some memories, and we'll build some camaraderie. And the other thing, there are certain projects in the community that we need to undertake. Yes, in the community. Yes, even the basketball court, the field at Sikwi, we need to put our hands and our hearts together, to come together, to develop Sikwi, right? To develop the basketball court for the youth, so the youth can get an area to play sports and so on. So I'm looking forward to a lot of things, particularly what I spoke about there.
Interesting. You were saying something, Marianne?
Yeah, I'm listening to what they are saying, and things are just jumping out at me. And in like just when she was speaking, words like responsibility came out to me. Community dying, and she speaks about conversations. And how do we get that to be able to engage our young people? I think in the symposium, which I looking forward to, we need to have a place. I hope it is a space where people tell the truth. People speak out and everybody listens, understand what the person is trying to say, and take from that, how are we going to change and how are we going to improve and make it a better place? Because one thing to say something, but then when we are in that conversation, we are not allowing person to tell the truth in respectfully. And in reference to the children, I think we have to engage our children in one-on-one. For example, my niece and my nephew was at my home, and they left and they said, Daddy, we had a good time by Auntie Marianne. What I did, I took away the device from them. We went for a hike. 3-5 years old. We went in the river. We just let them be. You understand? We engaged them. Now at a certain time, Ivona, in the evening, because they were so trained that they started to cry and they want to go home. And why you want to go home, Jamel? I want to go home because I don't want Auntie Marianne to give me glow show. You understand? Because they are accustomed with their chocolate store at night time. And I said, no, I want to give you glow show. And they will, that is the only thing that they don't want to come by me for, because I will give them glow show. Mm-hmm. You understand? So I had to go and call my neighbor and beg him, please, you have a little chocolate store, because Sharon will not go sleep and they will cry. So we as adults, we need to...
You mean glow show is still part of the offering on
my home, yes,
okay.
At home.
Interesting.
Yeah, I make glow show a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you come, don't ask me for a bottle of beer.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'll give you a cup of glow show.
Okay.
And Marianne gave me a recipe last week.
So that's glow show as well?
That is bush. All the bush in my mother's yard. I put them together.
And taking this another place. Casabris is so fertile, that and not only Casabris but Dominica, we have all of these herb, and we hear people talking about they are sick with this and so, and we have high blood pressure, and it's so hot these days, and you're going to take a bottled drink. And I said to people, all the herbs you have in your yard, draw it and put it in the fridge, and it become glow afweshi. When you drink that, your whole body tells you thank you.
Well, my
Because
blood
information-
pressure went down when I went to the health center.
Yes.
And in the summer, I told her, well, I've been drinking something. So, and that was it.
So you
I'm
drink,
drinking it.
so we as
Interesting,
adults,
yeah.
we in order to engage our children, we have to, be there for them. We have to include them in what we're doing and give them an option. You talk about the devices that they are always on. Take away the device. The other day, I took children and we went at the on the bayfront. The seaweed was a little stinky, but we went at the bayfront and we play rounders. And I make lime squash. I said I do not want no barbecue. I don't want nothing. I just give them a thing of lime squash. You didn't drink lime squash, Jefferson?
Often.
Okay, so you
Last
drink.
night, I drank it last night.
And
Okay.
the children loved it. So one child, he's visiting from the States,
it.
and his uncle told him, "Let's go home." You see, under what, Uncle Malcolm? Under what?
That's good. That's good.
So this is where we are as a people. We need to engage the children and stop telling them they're doing this, but give them an option.
All right, so there are many advantages, as we said, many
Yes.
advantages to, events like this. Community development is one of the key objectives of a reunion of that magnitude. Cultural preservation, you can talk about community building, you can talk about social change. So there are many pluses, if you can put it that way, for a reunion of that magnitude. But let us itemize what you have as far as the start to the end. Let us look at the various activities. I'm not sure we want to start with this, but give us an idea. Your first activity, of course, is the ecumenical service on the 10th of August. So tell us about this and let us go down the calendar of activities. I'm not sure we'd want to deal with this if there's any change in what I have as far as the program is concerned.
Because you get changes as you go along.
Okay, yes.
The ecumenical service will start at 2 to 3 p.m. We have two pastors from the area. Mr. Kent Wilshire and Mr. Vaughan Vigilant will officiate that session with the worship team. Following that, we'll have the official opening from 4 p.m. where we will have our dignitaries and our invited guests at that event. Following the official opening, I mean everybody know what the official opening entails. You cut the ribbon and declare the reunion open. So we'll have the PAL rep, the Minister for Culture, hopefully the President, Prime Minister will be there in attendance. And then in the evening, we'll be having a gospel concert. We have identified a number of gospel artists, from the community and also outside of the community.
Yes.
Jeff, go ahead. Talk
Can I
about the
assist you?
gospel.
Yes. We have international artists from Casabus overseas. We have Jacinta Bannis will
Jerome
be singing
Austri.
That's
Jerome
for the gospel.
Austri will be
The
singing by
gospel.
himself, and the Austri brothers will be singing as a group, and one of the grandchildren of the Austri brothers, Audrey Austri Holmes, will be singing. Also, we'll have Champion, that's a local artist from Casabus. We'll have Jemima Rule. We'll have our own Anthony Williams. We'll also have Cornelius Francis, country cowboy. We'll also have the twin twits, they call them. They call themselves the PPFC Hunger and First Drummer Group from the People's Pentecostal Church. And we'll also have the Casabus worship team all on that night for the gospel concert.
So it's going to be a good night of gospel singing and gospel entertainment. So we are looking forward to that. And the entire community, we ask you to come down to the Reunion Village, which is located in Guglu, to have a good time. So this is for Sunday.
So that's Sunday the 10th of August.
Yes, Sunday the 10th of
What happens
August.
on Monday?
Monday is the symposium. We do not want to have an event with just, fete and action and CO, but we want people to live with a clarity of mind that some things are going to happen in the community, because we're talking about economic growth, we're talking about agricultural development. We have different panels. We've got the symposium will run from 10 a.m. to about 6:30 in the evening, but you have different panels. You have they would run for like 2 hours. Our first panel from 10 to 12 will be on agriculture. So we have the Director of Agriculture, who is Mr. Kian Stevenson, whose father is from Castle Bruce and who lives in Castle Bruce. We have Mr. Billy Sanderson from Castle Bruce, and we have Sister Nat. Everybody knows Sister Nat. So Kian is going to talk about harvesting hope, agriculture, and food security, role in food security. Mr. Billy Sanderson will talk about planting today for a stronger tomorrow, agriculture as a key to economic growth. And Sister Nat will talk about the health is our wealth, lifestyle strategies to prevent NCD. So that is the first session on agriculture. The second session is about climate change. People are saying climate change is a hoax, or blah, blah, blah. But climate change is a reality. And in Castle Bruce, we have examples. For example, when you look at the Sagasam on the beach, that's an issue of climate change. What is happening to our oceans? You have land slippage. During there was a bad weather when the stretch was filled with logs and so.
22.
So floods and land slippage. So for that session, we have Mr. Jonathan Serger who will be moderating, and Anthony Scotland will talk about biodiversity in climate change. The environmental health officer will look at beyond the beams, smart solution for waste management. And we have Mrs. Brittany Abraham teaching tomorrow the power of schools in driving the conversation on awareness. So that is a session that is very, very important because the realities around us. I mean, I came up to the community and I couldn't understand. There was so much garbage piling around. So people have to know, how do we manage our garbage in such a way to prevent, I mean, we're talking about lepto, we're talking about other, diseases and stuff like that. So that is something we have to have as a community. And as I said, after the reunion, those conversations should continue. There's a session on culture and society, moderated by Jacinta. We have Dr. John Finn, who will talk traditions of faith, religion influence on our heritage. And we have Miss Marian John Finn, Roots and Legacy, keeping the cultural traditions alive. Because if we don't keep the culture alive, there'll be no culture. And if we have no culture, I mean, where are our roots? Where are we coming from? So this is another session that will be very important. I was hoping to have Dr. Lennox on the church, but I've not been able to talk about the history of Castle Bruce, because some of us, we live in Castle Bruce, but we do not know Castle Bruce has a Carib name.
Ansconnery.
Quanery.
The
Yes.
bay, they call the bay Ansconnery.
So Castle Bruce has a thing. Now, I was doing my little research. All the time we know about Mount Fraser. Mount Fraser was named after an Englishman. St. House was named after an Englishman. And he even named the river after him, St. House River. So when you do your history, you know all of this. Even Wakama seems to be a Carib name.
Wakama is a Carib name.
So, all of those things we need to know. The first estate house, where was it? It was where the CUM church is.
Yes,
That's where they
yes.
said it was. So
Yeah.
the overseer could see the entire village plus the estate and stuff like that. So we need to know our history. The other session we have is entrepreneurship. That is where Mr. Afi, Mr. Bannis, Adrian Bannis from Bannis Farms. And we have Afi. I went to visit Afi. Afi has a good project, but he really needs funding. So we will have that discussion. So he's producing
You're referring to
chocolate.
Afi Mate?
No, Afi
Oh.
George.
Afali George.
Yes,
Afali George. Okay.
Yes.
You did not say it from the onset, so I was wondering which Afi.
Afali George.
Because
Yes.
So that's
I
a
was-
person from the community. Afi Mate
Right.
is not from the community.
Well,
Okay.
I had Afi Martin, but I'm still trying to reach him because we want to talk about landless farmers to landowners, but
Okay.
we have not been able to confirm that part of
Okay.
it. Because we remember the Castle Bruce experience.
So the symposium stretches from
from
morning to evening?
but it's different sections. You will choose which one you want to go to. If you want to go to the one on culture, you want to go to the one, but they won't be running. There are two will be separated. The sports one and the
Okay.
agriculture will be by themselves.
Okay.
But there are some that will run side by side. So
Okay.
people will choose
Alright.
which one they want to go. Then we have a session on water management. So Anthony Drago is a water expert. He's from Castle Bruce. and Gomez Drago, he works at the Wasco, and I have a community person, Otisha Port, to talk about the woes of water. Sometimes, I watch on Facebook and I see everybody crying they don't have water. And how do you manage, your life? Do you go to work late because you don't have water? How it affects your daily routine and stuff like that. So, we want to have that kind of conversation. And then what is the plan of the Wasco for the community, in terms of improving the water supply? Then we have one on youth and sport, which Mr. Clancy Roberts will moderate. Mr. Ronald Green will be there. Miss Lauren Bannis Roberts to look at tourism, how sports can drive tourism in the community. Mr. Claudia Sanford, creating pathways for careers in sports. So we had a discussion. I met Ron in Houston, and then we were having a discussion. And then they were saying, no, in our area, we have the Premier Leagues. We have one in Southeast, we have one in East Central, and we have one in Castlebrooks, which is United. They have to play a game, they have to go to Portsmouth. We need to develop the field in Castlebrooks. The high school is doing very well in sport. Just call it volleyball, track, whatever. They are doing very well. They need a space where they can work. So Castlebrooks community or the Castlebrooks Sikwi field can be developed in such a way that we can improve the skills of the young players. Because right now, we're not just talking about playing in Dominica. We want to think about playing in teams overseas. So when I watch them Africans, they go and they play, they come back and they build schools, they build hospitals, because sports is a way that can generate a lot of income for not just for the individual but for the community. So we want to make sports more integral and more competitive. So if they have the skills, that's the point, we don't have the skill set. How do they get the skill set to do the track and field? If you have a place where they can run. So we would like to see the Castlebrooks thing develop. And as I said, when we do the symposium, it will just be the start of something. We can take it further, continue the conversation after the reunion so that we can find ways to see how, because I had an idea. I'm saying if we're talking about a Theatre Stadium, Castlebrooks could be an ideal place for something like that because there's a connection between Castlebrooks and Tiarafa, you understand? So those kind of things, we need to engage. Engage the community in discussion.
Yeah. I understand. I mean, a reunion should not just be about the CO and the good time. You have to have a level of education for the people. You have to engage them in discussions like this.
Because what I'm saying, after this symposium, I'm going to be here for a little while. We want to take these discussions further and engage the community as to what we can do, because Sikwi Field is a very nice area, but it has to be developed.
Yes, Mary and John Finn, you two have an integral role to play on that day itself, because you'll be doing your thing in terms of culture.
Well, yes, I have been assigned to do the cultural night, so I have secured a list of performers for the night. Because Castlebrooks really have been instrumental it has played its part in the development of Dominica culturally. You had the artists and the performers who have done very well. In Castlebrooks, you talk about persons like Damas, who just passed, may his soul rest in peace, and the hummingbirds, and I mean, Castlebrooks did its part, like many other communities in Dominica. It did its part in contributing to Dominica's development culturally and otherwise. If you look at and listen to the persons who are involved in the panel discussions or the symposium, many of them are from home. And so we didn't have to go outside to look for persons to come and give us idea. We were much creators of our own, communities, and wanted the way and doing it as the way we wanted. Just recently, we had 3 women who were appointed in high position in Dominica. We had Iola Judge, who was with Domlec. We had is Klein. Or Lorna Stevens and Elma Boland.
So you have to celebrate these things.
Yeah, these are women who did, And so on this evening, on the Friday evening at 7:30, we are going to have a cultural night, celebrating us. I believe poetry is an art that we do not look at. So I brought in Rachel Ulysses, and she writes poetry. And many times we don't really realize that poetry does something to
Oh
us
yes, the
also.
spoken word
The
is it's
spoken
powerful.
words, you know. So she'll be doing our poetry for us. Now Sawil Challenger, you know him already. He has his thing going with his mouth organ, and if that his brother was there, he would have been part. But he's going to have to carry that role for his brother. Estelle Laurent, many of us, I was told to write your story. If you have a story to tell, write it. And Estelle Laurent Carter, she lives in Anguilla, but she has this fond memory of growing up in Castle Bruce, and she put it in a book form. What does that tell? She's preserving her story, and so that the others coming tomorrow can refer to it in, let's say, when they're doing some research. Then of course you have the Lascelles de Ferrand, the drumming. We have, we love the drumming of Lascelles de Ferrand. It has that kind of Goka vibes because, we've always been running over to Guadeloupe, and, we like the drumming. It's in us. And the Castle Bruce Primary School, they did exceptionally well in the national assessment exam. And art and culture was part of their the development, and thanks to Mrs. Abraham, Brittany Abraham, she really nurtured them and bring them. So not only in the how you call that, theoretical part of education, but she brought on the cultural aspect. She allowed them, and it helped them in develop. And then you had the pity, and then we have the petite souffriere. We're not selfish, but we always believe that we extend to our voisins, our neighbors. So the petite souffriere cultural group will be performing. The Castle Bruce culture adult cultural group will also be performing. The Carina, our brothers on the north of us, at the Kalinago cultural group will be performing also. And last minute we had William Judge. William Judge is another drummer man, disciplined young man, and he will be also giving us a little drumming.
Okay, so there's a lot of talent.
Jeff has to leave. Can we let him say something?
Yes, I want Jeff to say something because he has a major role to play. He has to spread his tentacles all across. But tell us about Jeff. Maybe when you give your contribution now, tell us also about the venue. Security of the venue. Is there a reunion park or something like that? Give us an idea.
Yes, there's a reunion village being organized as we speak. The stage will be put up about 12 midday today. The fencing will be put up today also. We will have all our bandanas, our flags. We will decorate the place. We'll have the vendors outside the reunion center. The main center will have the vendors outside in tents doing their vending and so on. But I want to speak about the following weekend before I leave. We'll be on Friday, the 15th of August. We'll be having a banquet, awards dinner, and dance. We'll be awarding deserving people of the community in education, in health, in community work, and so on. We're doing that, and we'll have the swinging stars. Following which we'll have swinging stars playing on the reunion park. The awards dinner and dance will be at the Castle Bruce Primary School, and the dance with swinging stars will be on the reunion village.
So that's immediately after the...
Right, immediately after the awards. Then Saturday we'll have the Juve with the Mawo Lapokabit band and the Castle Bruce Lapokabit band.
Okay.
Then we have the Makidu for the friends. We will have our vegetables, our produce, our meat, our jelly and so on, our blood pudding and so on. Yes. And at 2 p.m. we'll have a broth competition. This is where Koto Curtis come in.
That's an interesting
Damien,
idea. Broth competition.
Damien comes in, Koto comes in. I myself will be there cooking my broth also in the competition also. That will be at the reunion center also. And in the evening, a very special night, we'll have International Artist Night, where we feature our own Lord Breaker. We'll also feature the Austri brothers. We'll also feature Jerome Austri. All these people are living outside of Dominica.
You know that?
So, and we'll also have the Ecstasy Band playing for us on that Saturday. We'll also have two DJs from the diaspora, DJ Fio and Ken with John Baptist, playing for us on that Saturday also.
That's on Saturday the 16th.
Saturday, but we'll also have Black Diamond and Explosion doing their number, as in their roots are from Castles. And we'll also have the Liberator doing his piece also on International Artist Night. Then on the 17th, we'll have the church service at the Castlebrus Catholic Church. This is the village feast. That is the Sunday of the village feast, actually, the Sunday of the village feast. Well, you said where we celebrate the Mass of St.
The feast of the Lady of
The
Assumption.
Lady of Assumption,
right,
yes.
Lady of Assumption.
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 Yes.
Fetchenza who?
Catholic Church. That's soon. We want people to dress in their cultural wear on that day, and we'll have a good time.
Church service August 17.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's at 10 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay.
Following that, we'll have at 1 p.m. we'll have a car and bike show on the grounds of the Castlebrus Secondary School, where we feature the DJ MJ, DJ Plank, and DJ Fio out of the US. So we're going to have a good time, and there'll also be an expo going on at the Castlebrus Primary School from 2 p.m. Yes, and later that day we'll have the last lap fete from 9 p.m.
Nah,
Not from 9 p.m. I mean
from 5 p.m.
from 5 p.m. with the Midnight Groovers, Chubby and the Midnight Groovers. There will also be some certain additions too that Sunday. Yeah, there'll be another band. There'll be another band. Soon to be decided.
Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
And other DJs and so on. So we'll as we go along, we'll sensitize the people, let the public know what is happening. But a lot of things are happening in Castlebrus from this weekend.
That's interesting. You have for the very young ones, you have for the older folks as well. You have because we did not mention the cardio jam. I know you had to focus on these Jefferson Drago. I know, yes,
so
because
we're
you have to
going to go
leave.
back on the other stuff.
So we don't have that much time though.
No.
But let us look at Tuesday's offering.
Okay.
The island tour, is it still on?
Tuesday, yes, the island tour is still on. And those who cannot go to the island tour, I have organized a village tour. We'll either be driving or walking for the village and looking at. We'll start from the old dispensary where we used to go, the old post office where we used to go, and then come down, through Jalousie and look at the various places that we used to dance, when we were children, young persons. So we can do a village tour. There's so much, I was visualizing the village tour in my head, and it was so interesting that, we're going to make certain stops. And then we have a place where we can stop. That was Teacher Neva, who was speaker of the house. We could stop by her house. The old dispenser, Mr. Mado, was a dispenser. He lives in that route. His wife, Vendo, was a very entrepreneurial woman. We could stop there and talk a little bit about her. Then we can go down to Tipier. And Tipier was so interesting. I'm saying Lazo came from Tipier. Lauren came from Tipier. Dr. John Johnson came from Tipier. Pius Bannis, who was awarded a Work of the Year with the government of the US, came from Tipier. So we had some prominent people coming from that location, and then we do the cross and go through the village, and when we walk up, look at at the estate where they to do the boxing plant, we could stop there. The old track. There's an old track before the apartment where people used to pass instead of the stretch. There was a track made by the French there. And there's another area in Castlebrus called Kaineg. That's where the slave used to live. And there's a cemetery close by the bay. There was a cemetery there. These are things that people need to know. And then we'll go back into the community. So we could have a drive-through, but at the same time we stop and talk about the various locations of interest in the community. So the bus tours are on. I think they're going either to the north, Red Rock, or somewhere in the south. So this is on. And in the evening,
Just stick up in there a while, Jacinta. Let me just bring on someone on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Jacinta. This is Steinberg. How are you?
oh my God, Stein, I'm so happy to hear your voice. I'm good.
It is such a pleasure. I just wanted you to quickly tell us about the historical significance of all of this, how significant this whole event is. Okay, and I guess we'll talk sometime. I'll probably get your connect from Julie or something.
Okay, good. You want to know the
Okay, my
the
dear.
entire
He wants to know the significance of it.
Okay, yes, the historical significance. I know we touched on it a little at the start of the discussion, but you can always go on it again.
Reunion, yes.
Yes, of the reunion in general. I know we spoke about this at
Well,
the start.
Marian gave
But let's
us a
go
very
again.
interesting part in the
We
beginning.
don't have that much time.
Yes,
but
the
yes,
economic
let's see how much we can
benefit, the social benefit. There are lots of benefits from the reunion. So Marian did touch on it earlier on.
Yes. We don't have much time, but
So we just want to run through
just
the
so you know quickly. Do you know that Bala Congaree was captured in Fraser?
We don't know that.
And
So
you
that
don't
is
even
why.
know, so Casabas have done a lot,
It has
as I
history.
said, contributed a lot to Dominica's development, history-wise, economic-wise. We've had a lot of firsts.
Yes.
First, you understand? We've had one of Casabas, in key positions.
I
Even
was the first woman to run for
politics,
in Casabas.
independently.
No, with a political party. Yes.
Oh, okay. Then you had Nurse Hyacinth Thomas, who was also appointed with original president of Kariwa.
Right.
So we have had a lot of
yes.
things. We had Bernard Wilshire, the Waitikubuli Trail,
Right.
Casabas roots.
That's
you
true.
understand?
Because even the Casabas estate, everything came from Casabas. After the Casabas Revolution, as they call it,
Right.
you had the Picard, you had the
Yes,
Grand Geneva,
yes,
you had
yes.
that. Then you had the Farm to Market, you had the Farmers Union. All of this came
Do
from
you
an
know-
offshoot of the
Do
Casabas.
you know even Happy Hour? Who started that? After funeral. I understand it's started Casabas.
For real?
Interesting.
I understand Casabas started that.
Oh my God.
So we've had a
there's
lot.
yes,
So
there's a
we're
rich
not
history.
just on about. I pray the first
We
time
just
I'm in
need
the say,
I don't know.
come back home.
Come back
Return
home,
but
return.
with a sense of purpose, with a sense of responsibility and accountability. And it's my first time I'm being part of that, and I'm hoping that this is not just the CEO, but if we love Casabas and Dominica by extension, what can we do? How can we contribute in making our community a better place? Because all of us are crying, all of us are seeing, are understanding. Something went wrong along the way. And I hope in that conversation we can have what happened, who do it, the what, when, why, how, and who. We have to find out. Otherwise, we will not have another reunion.
Well, a lot of it has to do with migration. Because people left in my
Let's not-
neighborhood, there's nobody. Everybody left
Migration has a part to play in it.
Yes.
But also we had a dirty politics that played in it. The dirty politics played a whole part. Half of the community don't talk to the other half, but that's another story.
That's another
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
That's
So we have to,
another
we have to begin to wrap up.
Yes.
though.
Yeah, okay, I will.
But did we mention the health fair, especially the visit to the elderly?
The elderly, yes.
Is this still on?
It's still on. We're going to package stuff. People are bringing in stuff to the elderly, so we're going to spend a little time with them. And even for the cardio jam, those who cannot do the cardio jam will do a ring or walk around the village, like a little hike. That could happen as well. And then there's an open mic night where people that's on the Wednesday. I want to read some of Miriam, I've been writing poems,
I wrote a book.
So-
I don't write. I have my own stories. That
So
I
I probably be reading
Estelle.
one or two poems
know?
as well. And then on Thursday we have the sports day at Sikwi Park. Then we were supposed to have some house parties, but this has been changed to a platter, and I don't know. Let me see what name that we gave it.
But the concept is to come together.
Yes, and
And
you bring your drink, and
yeah.
women will bring the food, and the men will bring the drinks.
Yeah.
So we'll have a community.
But Jess, on Monday you'll be doing. I heard you're gonna do a choreograph. We were known for choreography, eh? I heard you're gonna do something. You can still move now.
No, I can't move.
Hey,
I
Papa.
broke my arm.
Yeah, I'm so
So I
sorry
can't
to hear
move.
that. So then that'll be off. But anyway, all in all, I think Casa Bruce, wherever you are, and those of you who had good fun memory of coming to Casa Bruce, especially during the August holidays, it's another time to come and see what is there. Maybe help us, give us ideas, enjoy, meet, greet, talk to us. Casa Bruce is one special place in Ivona. Casa Bruce have rivers. Casa Bruce has beach. Yes, the ocean is bad, but you can go there and just let the breeze and the wave, that long beach. Casa Bruce have mountains. Casa Bruce has, you are just enclosed with all of that natural beauty and natural resource that this community have. And, we should be. Come on, Casa Bruce, come on. Come on, people. Say, lepuno leve.
But what is the vibe like, to use a local term? What is the vibe like in the community, amidst this preparation for the big celebration?
To the reunion. People are looking forward to the reunion, and I hope that we will really make it what the planners intended for to be. So we are inviting everybody to come out,
and we're inviting Casa Brucians that live out of Casa Bruce around Dominica, whether you live in Portsmouth, Peebush, Calibishi, we're in the West Coast, anywhere, North, South, East, and West, please come to Casa Bruce for the reunion, and we're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to, just the togetherness. And as I said, after the reunion, we want to continue to do stuff so that we can rebuild Casa Bruce and probably bring it back. Help the young people to see the growth that is there.
Maybe I truly believe once Casa Bruce take on that trajectory, then Dominica will follow through. That's my thing. Because I think a lot of things started in Casa Bruce and it went a lot of good things.
We had the corporate. We had about 6 cooperatives when I was growing up.
And Casa Bruce people have always been known of doing for themselves. We were known for doing that.
Yeah,
I'm not going to take too much of thing, but real estate has become a popular name. Why? When you speak about real estate, who you think of?
Your real estate lady.
Boom.
And who is that real estate lady?
And where am I from?
Casa Bruce.
So when we have something, we don't keep it for us. We share it. We are not a greedy person. You come to Casa Bruce the other day, you go to how many hand of banana thing.
Very hospitable people.
You understand? The other day, yesterday, I give me 3 waging banana. Tell Marian and Ibamoin. You understand?
When I went up what day, they were on the porch, a little basket. There were 4 cucumbers and 3 heads of lettuce, and I don't know who the hell brought it.
You know who in the heaven?
So I
the hell. Hell the good.
So I asked my neighbor, who, if she didn't know. Anyhow, I went and I started making cucumber and
always giving. I've had my experiences. I would visit Casa Bruce back in the day. Very often before, especially on a Sunday. And I'd get my I would get my package, Lodine, right? From Miriam, I'd go buy Ayola, Lockhart, and the late Damas Challenger.
So we always have
something. I'm eating the breadfruits.
So my neighbor,
somebody brought the breadfruit. I didn't have time to roast it, so I boiled it. And then I'm frying it a little piece at a time, so that for the whole week, that's what I've been eating.
I live in Casa Bruce, and my shopping is very limited. If I get 1 pound of fish or meat, I have lunch. Because I have the other stuff. I have my glowa fushi. I have my
fushi. What is this?
Glowa fushi is cooling. Anything, any bush.
I told you is the glowa fushi.
Okay, that's the name. All right.
Glowa fushi you need, because we have so much inflammation in us. We need to drink these things, And as I said, so I have so many things in my yard that I can cook. I have the bush tea. My children, my nephew, they don't like the bush tea, but they will get there one day. They'll get there. But I'm saying, in if we do stuff in a place like Casa Bruce, we have a lot to give to the community.
Course.
I don't need to be shopping this whole, because all of us is balling how things are
I went in the neighborhood. I just picked two pawpaw. I had some saltfish. I cook it.
And all of these things right now making say go books at Chalmers.
There's a guava tree right in front of the house. That's what I'm eating for breakfast.
So yes, I'm saying we have a lot that is to offer. So we have our work to do. Ivona, Casa Bruce people, we have our work to do, and it's time for us to do our work. But one of the things, as I said, in order to do the work is to assess. Before you start the work, assess the work and see what happened to the work. Why did it come to that place? And who did it? And why was it done? And make a commitment. That's where true repentance comes, is acknowledging what was done and bring us to where we are, and then deal with that, and then repent and move forward. But if we just try to move forward and we have the bag, the sack dragging along, we will not. We may. That is for me to let it go. I personally can say I can let it go, but you cannot come and tell me let it go. If you do me wrong, don't tell me let it go. I decide on my own. I'll let it go. You understand? If you come and ask me for if you tell me to let it go, your role at that moment, Jess, is to say, Marian, I have done you wrong.
Okay, so let's patch up our differences.
Yes.
Let's make things happen.
Because when you tell me let it go, is that you undermine the value of not the value, but you undermine what you did to me.
Okay, yes, but we have to end. I get your point, Marian, and I'm very happy that I could give you all the opportunity again to come on and talk about the reunion, the importance of it, what you all are doing to itemize the various activities, look at it, look at the strengths more so of the ugly activities, and because when we look at reunions like that, as we said from the onset, they really help preserve the rich cultural heritage of a community, and they also ensure that traditions, that stories and histories are passed down through generations. So that already is a plus.
Yeah.
So I really want to.
IELTS, folklore, and second chances will be launched soon. I mean, we couldn't do it for the reunion, but we'll be launching it after the reunion.
Okay. So look out for this.
Look out for that.
And one of the things that we did not quickly to talk about is the people, the character of Casa Bruce people. We can sit in Casa Bruce and just laugh, because the people who were in Casa Bruce, they gave us a whole. I had one guy that I asked him to come and give jokes about Casa Bruce people, and that alone brings joy.
It does.
You can just pick a name in Casa Bruce and talk about them, and you can just laugh your belly till your belly bursts. So we have a character, we are that kind of people, we are the good, the bad, the ugly, but it all worked in the end, to make us who we are. So now we need to come back.
Yeah, we need to channel that
back.
Closing remarks from you, Jacinta?
Well, we just want to say to the vendors that we need you. We need your support, to come out. You still have to register $20 and to pay your vending fees. The community itself, we still need some help. If persons are interested, go down to Reunion Village and see where you can help. And for the symposium, we want persons to attend the symposium, so that we can continue the conversation. We started and we want to continue. So everybody come on down and support the reunion at Reunion Village. Whether we have the sports density be there, we have the birth competition, we have all this activity, and then for the church service, wear your madras, wear your African outfit. We want it to be colorful, and we want people to have a good time. Coming to Casa Bruce. I think we'll be having a good time.
All right.
Yeah. And for me, this is the opportunity, Casa Bruce people, to come together, make it happen for ourselves, and let this be a new a regrowth, a rebirth of our community. A lot of us, we like to talk what does not happen, what day. I hate that terminology. Now it's time for us to say, if it's that I am going to do it well. And I also want to big up Avril, a Mojito. She has a little restaurant, and that is really, I think she has an ad with you guys. She's also putting something together, also bringing her class, bringing her her talent to Casa Bruce, So check out Avril at the same time. She'll be doing something else in Casa Bruce as well.
All right, yes, we have to end. We have to end, but it was a pleasure.
Thanks very much.
All the best to you.
Okay.
All right then.
Bye-bye.